I'm here with Barbs. Wow, 1-1. Barbs just said to me, he goes, "Are you sick?" I said, "No, I'm just depressed after that because, you know, there was only one side out there that wanted to play football today, and it was Avondale." True?
I think the spectators saw a very good game of football. It was very physical, combated. That's obviously their style. But, you know, I was very proud of my boys, the way we tried to play, especially in the second half. We came out and created numerous chances. And, I think basically a refereeing decision gifted them a goal. Otherwise, there's always one side that was, should have earned the points.
The game was interesting because there were two substitutions before half-time. Now, as a coach, do you just have that moment you just go, "Oh, this was not part of the script," and you got to think quick on your feet? What happened? What were you thinking when that happened? Did you panic a little bit, or were you like, "Nah, I think we got the right, moves to fix this"?
Look, that's what you got a squad for. We've got, good depth. We've got talented players that are coming off the bench to have an impact on the game, which, hopefully in most games you'd hope that you put them on a bit later to have an impact. Yes. Unfortunately, we had to make 2 early subs.
If let's assume we had to do those subs a bit later on, those fresh legs. Do you think we would have overran Heidelberg towards the end? Especially because you noticed we were getting a lot of good work happening down the flanks, and we started to get behind them towards the end, so those cutbacks were coming. Do you think fresh legs would have helped in that way?
Look, we had our pacey players on at the same time, so I think we were causing them a lot of trouble as it was. So I think we had more than enough chances maybe to win 2 games tonight, not just the one game. So, some fresh legs, yes, it may have helped, but, we did create the chances, and unfortunately, credit to their goalkeeper, he was probably the best player on the park. Kept him in the game. Other than that, I was, again, really proud of my boys' performance. I thought, they were brilliant. And if we keep putting in performances like that, I think, we'll be all right.
Hey, Barbs, I was standing over on the sideline there, and we had a pretty decent crowd out here tonight. Heidelberg obviously have a pretty strong following as well. Very vocal. So the supporters are vocal. The players are physical, right? When we go to their home ground, it's going to be a little bit intimidating. Do you think the boys are going to be up for that challenge? And if so, is there anything that you're going to change from the approach that you took today in that next game against Heidelberg? Because it's going to be a ripper game. Based on what we saw tonight, it's going to be a ripper.
Look, we don't have to fear anybody. Like I said to the boys, you need to back yourselves in your football ability and go out there and then express yourselves. And, especially in the second half, I thought we did that. Yeah. And it depends on whoever you come up against. You got to counteract their football style. And, Heidelberg obviously very physical. Yes, they're vocal and they try and intimidate the referee and what have you. But look, as you saw today, at the end of the day, I think there was one team trying to play football and trying to win the game on pure football spirit. So again, we'll look at the Heidelberg game when that comes up in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll assess then.
You're going to just let this one go, focus on the FFA Cup now. Obviously, we've got Richmond. Anything going to change in that approach, you reckon, or we're just going to do what we always do and just take it to the teams?
Yeah, look, we'll see how the boys pull up tomorrow morning. We'll have a recovery session and we'll assess there. But, obviously, it's a competition that we want to progress to the next stage, put the club on the map. It's never reached that stage. So, the boys are already, talking about it in the change room. So they're keen and they're looking forward to that game. So we'll assess the players and we'll go into that game, with one thing in mind, to try and get a result.
Hey, Bubs, I was just thinking just then, in the change room afterwards, right? What was the energy like? Were the boys still very positive and thinking, or were they a little bit kind of down and a bit disheartened from the fact that we all know that should have been Avondale's game? What was the energy like from the boys?
No, the boys were good. They were up and about. Obviously a little bit disappointed because, they didn't get the 3 points that they deserved. Yeah. But at the same time, they played the last year's NPL champions pretty much off the park in the second half, and should have got the points. So they're very encouraged by that and enthused. And so it's we just got to keep looking forward. The games come thick and fast now, so we can't dwell on anything. We will address Richmond and then Green Gully and the games that coincide after that. So the boys are good. They're positive. The attitudes are really good. We've got a good bunch of boys, and so I'm looking forward to the next game.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Bubs.
Thank you.